Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. You can always count on Blake Shelton for a good laugh, even if he's just trying to be kind and generous to Carson Daly's kids. Once upon a time, the voice coach and country music star had a stuffed raccoon that sat inside his Oklahoma ranch until the Today co-anchor's daughter quickly became very attached to it. Now, Daly, who shares 4 children with his wife Siri, is the proud owner of Shelton's taxidermied raccoon that scares the crap out of everybody. Carson Daly's daughter London fell in love with Blake Shelton's stuffed raccoon. Back in November 2023, Shelton revealed on Jimmy Kimmel Live that he gifted Daly's daughter a stuffed raccoon because she fell in love with it while Daly and his family came to visit his ranch. Carson was at the house in London. His middle daughter just fell in love with this thing. It's like, what is wrong with your kid? Shelton joked, adding that London was holding and petting the stuffed raccoon. It was like a week they came and stayed with us. By the time they were gonna leave, I was like, she's gotta take this thing. Like, it's gonna break her heart. They were dressing it, putting clothes on it. Ever the jokester with his friends on The Voice, Shelton took a hilarious jab at his longtime pal. He's been able to get away with never having to buy his kids a pet. He's like, oh my god, man, they're like so into this taxidermied raccoon, Shelton quipped, adding that it was actually his cousin who taxidermied that raccoon over 30 years or something. Daly later confirmed on Today that Shelton's stuffed raccoon now lives at their home. His name is Raccoony, Daly told his Today co-anchors in November 2023. It's in our house now, scares the crap out of everybody. Daly also reminded viewers that Shelton had a pet raccoon named Seagram when he was a kid in Ada, Oklahoma, which, of course, led others to wonder about Raccoony's origin. So Blake's dead raccoon gets stuffed, London falls in love with it, and Blake gives it to you? Craig Melvin asked Daly. It wasn't actually his pet raccoon, I guess, Daly confirmed. But nonetheless, Blake gave us a stuffed raccoon that's still in our house today. As for why London has such a soft spot for raccoons? She's scared of dogs, Daly explained. So she gravitates towards raccoons. Carson Daly and Blake Shelton have been friends for years. Daly and Shelton's friendship goes way back. Not only did they work on The Voice together for years, Daly officiated Shelton and Gwen Stefani's 2021 wedding. Shelton has dressed up as the Easter Bunny for Daly's kids, and the buddies also went on to host their own show, Barmageddon, and have continued to poke fun at each other whenever they can. Like when Daly surprised Shelton with calamari at 8 a.m. on Today because the country star cannot do anything without it. Or when Shelton joked that Daly is a grumpy old man. Daly admitted he was bummed when Shelton left The Voice after season 23, but their friendship has remained strong as ever. So much so that Shelton couldn't resist trashing Daly's Today dressing room with solo cups during a May 2025 visit. Never change, you two, never change. If there's one thing we've learned over the years from The Voice, it's that Blake Shelton is more than just a country superstar with a quick wit. He's also the kind of guy who loves to surprise his friends with the most unexpected gestures. But this time, Shelton's knack for giving memorable gifts has crossed into legendary territory, thanks to a present he picked out for his longtime friend and co-host Carson Daly's daughter. According to Daly, it's so unusual that it actually scares everybody who sees it. The story came out during a recent interview where Daly was talking about life behind the scenes of The Voice and his years-long friendship with Shelton. The two have been working together since the show debuted back in 2011, and their on-air chemistry has been one of its defining features. Off-camera, they've become close friends, with Shelton even attending family gatherings and sharing plenty of good-natured banter over the years. But friendship with Blake Shelton comes with one rule: you never know what he's going to do next. The gift nobody expected. Carson Daly explained that the moment came shortly after his daughter expressed an interest in country music, something that naturally made Shelton light up. Rather than simply sending her a signed guitar or a pair of tickets to a show, the God's country singer decided to go in a completely different direction. The result? A handcrafted, life-size decorative rooster statue. Yes, you read that right, a giant rooster. And not just any rooster. This one reportedly has glassy eyes, a slightly menacing grin, and a paint job that makes it look like it stepped right out of a surreal farmyard dream. She opened it up and froze, Daly recounted with a laugh. She didn't know whether to laugh, scream, or put it in the garage. We decided to keep it in the living room for a while, and honestly, it scares everybody. You walk in, and it's just staring at you. Why a rooster? Shelton, being Shelton, has his reasons. According to Daly, Blake explained that the rooster was a symbol of country pride and a reminder to wake up every morning ready to crow about life. While that sounds sweet and thoughtful, Daly couldn't help but suspect that the gift was also chosen to get a reaction, and it worked. "Every time we have friends over, they do a double take," Daly said. "Kids don't want to walk past it. Adults keep asking where we bought it. And Blake just laughs when I tell him about it." Shelton apparently texted Daly a week after delivering the gift, asking, "Has it attacked anybody yet?" A long history of funny Blake Shelton gifts. This isn't the first time Blake Shelton has surprised someone with an oddball present. Friends and fellow country stars have shared stories over the years about Shelton's love for personalized, offbeat items. In the past, he's reportedly given a neon beer sign shaped like a cowboy hat to a crew member, a taxidermy armadillo to a fellow country singer, no one's sure where he got it, a giant custom belt buckle engraved with an inside joke only he and the recipient understood. For Daly, the rooster seems to be Shelton's most iconic move yet. From The Voice stage to family friend. Over the last decade, Shelton and Daly's friendship has become one of the most authentic in reality TV. The two have shared thousands of hours on set, teased each other mercilessly, and stood side by side through major life milestones. Daly was even present for Shelton's wedding to Gwen Stefani in 2021, where he served as officiant. That level of friendship means they know exactly how to push each other's buttons, in a good way. Shelton giving Daly's daughter a rooster that scares everybody is just another example of how he mixes humor with heartfelt thoughtfulness. "She'll never forget who gave her that," Daly admitted. "It's kind of like having a piece of Blake in the house. And if you know him, you know he'd be thrilled to hear it's making people jump when they turn the corner." Gwen Stefani's reaction. Naturally, Gwen Stefani had to weigh in on the bizarre gift. During a joint interview promoting The Voice's new season, Daly mentioned the rooster and Stefani burst out laughing. "That's so Blake," she said. "He's the king of finding things that make no sense but end up becoming the center of attention." Stefani even suggested they should give out miniature versions of the rooster as holiday gifts to the entire Voice cast and crew. Shelton, of course, was immediately on board with the idea. Social media chimes in. Once the story hit social media, fans couldn't get enough. Hashtags like #BlakesRooster and #ScaryGiftGoals started trending among the Voice fandom. Some fans even began posting photos of rooster statues in their own homes, tagging Daly and Shelton for comparison. One fan wrote, "If Blake Shelton ever gave me a rooster statue, it would get its own Instagram account." Another added, "This is exactly why Carson and Blake's friendship is TV gold, they live to prank each other's families." A few creative fans took it further, editing pictures of the rooster into famous movie posters like Jurassic Park and It. The gift's place of honor. Despite its startling presence, Daly revealed that the rooster has become a permanent part of the family home. His daughter has even given it a name, Cluck Norris. While Cluck Norris hasn't exactly made everyone in the Daly household feel warm and fuzzy, it's earned a spot in family lore. "It's not going anywhere," Daly confirmed. "Someday, when she moves out, I'm going to wrap it up and send it with her. Then it can scare her roommates." The lasting impact. What makes this story more than just a funny anecdote is how perfectly it encapsulates Blake Shelton's personality. He's someone who puts thought into his gifts, but never in a conventional way. Instead of leaning into predictable or flashy options, Shelton goes for something that will spark laughter, conversation, and maybe even a little nervous side-eye. For Daly's daughter, the rooster isn't just a quirky home decoration. It's a reminder of a family friend who's been a part of her life since she was little, a larger-than-life figure both on TV and in person, who never fails to make people smile, or jump. As Daly summed it up, that's Blake. He could have given her a beautiful guitar or a framed picture, but instead, he gave her a memory. Every time someone comes over and screams when they see it, she gets to tell the story again. And that's the real gift. In the end, Shelton's present proves that the best gifts aren't always the most practical. Sometimes, they're the ones that make you laugh, shake your head, and wonder what on earth was he thinking? For Carson Daly's family, the scary rooster is now an irreplaceable part of their home. And for Blake Shelton, it's another victory in his unofficial campaign to be the most unpredictable gift giver in country music. Because really, who else could pull this off?